Okay, it's U.S. and China turn. There's a couple mistakes in the Italian turn, but we're going to overlook that for now, and he's going to resolve that before he goes again. But just want to remind anyone who's watching this, you're not automatically at war once you join an alliance. Just like Global 36, each individual declaration of war is exactly that. It's very personal. It's individualized. So the U.S. Has 30 IPP. They're spending it on one Marine, one transport. They're lend-leasing a cavalry to France, lend-leasing a cavalry to China, doing 2 diplomacies, which I'll describe in a minute. So let's start with their technology. Have it color-coded. Red is defense in depth. It's color-coded on my board over there. You can see. Okay, I'll read them off for you though. Red is defense in depth. White is improved factories. Green, improved construction. And purple is improved logistics. So let's see what that looks like. That's a success in everything except defense in depth. So improved factories goes to stage 4, improved construction to stage 4, and improved logistics to stage 2, which impacts my purchase by 2 IPP. So I'll be saving 2 at the end of this turn because what I forgot to mention is I'm advancing 2 dreadnoughts. If anybody was doing the math, the dreadnought moving to stage 2, and there's one starting at stage 4, because those were also part of this purchase. I just saved $1 on both. And then there's the income increase. Income went down last turn due to a random event, so the income increase is a 4. Exactly what it went down. So back up to 30. Diplomacy. 1 for Brazil, which is a no-go, and 1 for Sweden. And that's no good. So diplomacy tech. There will be no movement of units. I am placing the train on the French turn. I mistakenly put it in Paris. It was a cash and carry. So I'm moving that now from the United States into Normandy. I'm placing the Lend-Lease militia into Normandy. Lend-Lease Chinese cavalry will go into Peking. Transport into P-25 off San Francisco, along with the Marine, making 3 Marines and 1 militia in San Francisco. 2 transports off the coast of San Francisco out of port. U.S. is at 30, does not collect for diplomacy, had 2 IPP left over, collects 32. It's the end of the U.S. turn. Over to China. Nope, sorry. Got to finish up with one attack. I have 4 infantry, 1 out of Mexico City, 3 out of the western Mexico, and the cavalry against the two infantry now down in the south, 1 from the recruitment that I rolled for him. So wasn't that nice of me. Coming across a mountain border, attacking at a 1, cavalry at a 2. Cavalry is a hit. 2 infantry defending, 1 hit. Rolling again in the attack. Infantry already across that border, hits on a 2. Defender fails on a 9. So that'll claim another territory. My entire army is in the south. It's a very bad place to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 territories, rolling recruitment, get an 8. Now the U.S. turn is done. Over to China. Start with cards being shuffled. Shanxi, mandatory offensive from one territory into an adjacent territory for 1 round. That is the yellow guys. Interesting enough, I was going to attack them, so they're attacking me. Their best offensive would be directly south, although into the mountains. I only have 2 units there. So they are attacking a mountain infantry at a 2 and a regular infantry. Mountain infantry will be black. Regular infantry will be brown. Their attack is a fail. My defense is a hit. He will lose his 1 infantry. Okay. Next card. Yunnan, add a cavalry to any territory. Wow. That's where I'm standing. So, that's an attack. That's pretty unfortunate. So their attack at a 2. They got a 3. That's a miss. I defend 2 infantry and artillery. 2 cavalry. Cavalry is yellow, artillery is red, infantry is brown. Pretty confident. Yep, smoked him. All right. And lastly, nationalists. Add +3 on a recruitment if Japan is Central Powers. Yep, that's good. That's a good one. So I'm good with the recruitment roll, but first I got to do my influence roll. So I'm going to try again for the territory that I'm planning on attacking anyways. Okay. Right here, he's got 2 infantry and a militia. Let me see if I can influence. And the influence roll is on an 8. So that was no good. I'm purchasing 1 cavalry. For 4 IPP. Combat. I'm attacking first into this territory with he has 2 infantry and a militia. I have an artillery, a cav, 3 infantry from Peking, and 3 infantry from south here in Hunan. So let's start with that. Artillery is a miss. Cavalry is at a 3 plus a supported infantry. No. Yeah. Actually, there's a terrain issue there, so it's at a 2, and the cavalry's at a 2. So try that. Okay, my cavalry retreats, so he'll back up. 2 more infantry. And 3 from the south. Everybody's crossing a river. So add a 1. And 2 more retreats. Not nice. Okay. So I'm going to continue that attack. I have 4 infantry and an artillery remaining. After he defends. 2 infantry, he hits 1, and a militia. Man, he hit 2. He hit 2 of my guys. All right. Try it again. Have an artillery. Hits. Supported infantry at a 3. Cavalry at a 3. Unsupported, which is brown, at a 2. Oh, I shouldn't have rolled for the cavalry anyways. He missed. Supported infantry hits. So I hit 2. He has 2 defending. 2 infantry. 1 hits. 1 militia. So I am left with 1 infantry, 1 artillery. He has 1 infantry. Third round is a charm. I have infantry, red, artillery, red, supported infantry, brown. No good. So, that attack is over. Everybody is going to go back where they came from. So, in Hunan, I have 1 infantry. In Peking, I have 2 infantry, a militia, an artillery, and a cavalry. That is not going to change. My next declared attack was the 2 infantry, 2 cavalry from Yunnan. I have 2 cavalry, 2 infantry against the mountain infantry. Almost like a counterattack. So, in the mountains, cavalry at a 2. Nothing. 1 retreats. And infantry at a 1. Nothing. Mountain man defends at a 5. Nothing. So, down to 1 cavalry, 2 infantry. Nothing. He has a mountain man. Nothing. Third round's a charm. I retreat anyways, and his defender actually missed. All right. And then lastly, Tibet. I have an artillery and 2 infantry against his mountain infantry. Artillery misses. Supported infantry would be red. And infantry and nothing. Mountain infantry at a 5. And he hits. So I lose 1. Try again. Infantry and artillery in the mountains. So 3 and a 2. Infantry hits. Mountain misses. So Tibet falls. All that to only take 1 territory. Tibet ends up with an infantry and artillery. My 2 cavalry are staying behind in Yunnan because they ran away. 2 infantry in the south here did not take the mountain to the north. And I already read off what's in Peking. The cavalry I'm going to place. So there'll be no counterattacks. I mean, he's not going to counterattack with 1 guy. The cavalry I place will go in Hunan. So the recruitment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6 territories. So on a 9 or less, because of the card, I will get a additional infantryman, and of course I roll an 11, because that's what I do. All right. So, collect the same amount, at least I took a territory. And so I collect 4. And lastly, we'll do that random event for the fall winter. Now, reminder, I haven't done it on my map yet, but Bulgaria and Niger will automatically align. Britain and France have made their mandatory offenses. Germany has not, I don't believe. And correct me if I'm wrong. So we're okay with alignments for next round also. All right. So random event in the West. 5. So Russian winter. All combat, limited to 1 round. That's normal. Ships may not enter Alpha 8, Alpha 9, Alpha 13, and Alpha 14. Rail movement limited to 1. And Russia's advanced 1 stage and improved factories technology. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, but I believe that completes you on improved factories. So the Russians kind of got something out of it. All right, in the East, a 3. Russian Far East had a coastal artillery and infantry in Primorsky Krai, and also advanced 1 stage in improved logistics technology, which they already have, but they get an infantry and coastal artillery in the East. There's the 2 alignments I mentioned of Bulgaria and Niger, so that will change the IPP chart too for Austria and Britain. And we can all do that on our own time. You don't need to watch me do it. So that is the end of the summer of 1915, and lots of amazing turn of events. I believe that's the first time I've ever seen Petrograd fall in multiple years of testing and working this game out. So we'll get on with it. Thanks.